Well, let's move along. Let's get down on the farm as we get ready to wrap up because we've got to talk about our prospect of the day. Now, today's a very interesting day for our prospect.
This kid may or may not exist.
The name of our prospect
I'll
is
let you
Aroon
take this.
Escobar.
Are you going with Aaron?
But it also, what threw us all off is there's multiple spellings to his name. So there's Aaron as in Aaron. But he also, I think his birth name, because he is from Caracas, Venezuela, his birth name is Aroon Escobar.
Yes, it's Aroon.
Right. And Agnel is in angel, but the N and the G are switched.
And Tyler found his Twitter, and the name is totally different on that.
What? Are you sure?
Yeah, I think assuming it's his Twitter, which
it looks
I think
like
it is.
He responded to a video
his last name on Twitter is Cardona.
Huh.
So this kid might not be real.
Well, okay, let's raise that conspiracy one other notch because
CIA operative.
Aroon Escobar, Aroon Escobar, was also born allegedly January 1st in 2005.
Sketchy.
0101 screams that is not your birthday. That might not be your name. And then also the spelling has been Aroon with 2 O's. It's been Aaron, A-R-O-N. It's been a lot. But I do know typically for people that are born in a different country, when they come to the United States, their name does sometimes get changed to be Americanized, which is a weird thing that we do in this country. But there are some stats and some information on him. Fun facts about him. Now, Aroon Escobar, and actually, let's do his stats first. I'm going to make you guys
wait. Because the fun fact is like the biggest thing
that
I think
the most
excites
thrilled.
me about him.
So let's wait for the fun fact. Here's the stats. There he is. You can see
Tyler found an
you
actual
can see
picture.
some of his face. That's him, possibly.
Maybe.
Possibly not. At 19 years old, 5'11", 180 pounds in 2023 in the DSL. 33 games, his splits 209, 343, 300 with 1 home run and 24 RBIs. Struck out just 9.7% of his at-bats in the DSL in 2023. 25 out of 60 hit tool, 50 run, and 30 out of 50 on his field, and 50 on his arm for his gradings. So I know I also was reading some things about him. Allegedly, he is a great hitter. I know Alex Coffey put out a piece in December breaking down the different prospects and was saying he's got good pedigree and different things like that. So there's some reports that he exists.
Okay, that's good. That's a good start.
We don't know his exact name. He has been listed as a second baseman.
Name for a second. Aroon Escobar. Right. Does that sound like a ball player to you?
I wish it was Angel Escobar. I think that sounds a little bit more.
That's pretty badass.
That sounds more baseball to me.
That does sound more baseball.
Aroon doesn't sound. And now up. Aroon Escobar.
I mean, it does have a nice roll there.
Aroon.
Yeah,
you gotta ooh it. You gotta ooh it.
Yeah.
But Aroon Escobar doesn't have.
It doesn't jump off the page.
Because you know what? I feel like Aaron's not, I hate to say this, it doesn't culturally fit Escobar. Escobar made me think Pablo.
Of course.
I'm like, Pablo Escobar is here.
I've read 4 books on Pablo.
Oh, I think it's so intriguing. I think it's very intriguing. I watched Narcos.
Oh, Narcos is great.
Yeah.
Tyler, name test. Does it sound like a ball player to you?
I don't know.
Renee and I are lukewarm on it.
Sure.
Sure.
Tyler, you're not a big fan of the name test.
No, you're the only one that goes on the name test. His face. Now, we did get some pictures of him. That is not a great picture of him.
Tyler found 2. One was a screenshot of an at-bat we watched on the Phillies.
It was I paused the video and screenshotted him at the plate.
Yeah.
So it's a screenshot of a video of a feed of a game.
Yes.
Paused.
That's what we've got. So but I will say we have had prospects that had no pictures. We couldn't find a single image of them. It was all question marks. It was stock images. So at least there is something visual that we got, whether it is that screenshot of a recording of a video of a stream from somewhere or the top of his head. We know he's a person.
So he's listed as a second baseman. I wasn't able to find a ton about his fielding abilities, but he is fast. He's one of these slender guys. Again, they seem obsessed with guys that are 5'10", 5'11", 180. He's split time on the Phillies red and white teams in the Dominican Summer League. That's the only body of work we really have for him. He's still, 19 years old. We'll see. It says his power is, potential of, it's 40 now with a potential of 50 on the scouting scale, but he only has 3 home runs in those Dominican Summer League games. So that's one where you just have to, I guess, trust the scouts on because there isn't a body of work really to back that up. Let's see. He's had 320 plate appearances in the 2 years in the Dominican Summer League. His batting average over the 2 years is 225, 370 on base, which is really good. So that might, to your point of being a good hitter, low strikeout rate at 9%, a 370 on base. You combine those. Kid probably has a pretty good understanding of the strike zone. So we'll see. I think this is another one of these 18, 19-year-old kids. Seems like they have a lot of them. He was signed in the international signing period 2 years ago. So it's like one of those years where he's an interesting one to kind of circle and follow this year because there's a good chance he's, maybe low A.
Gotten a year.
Yeah, and see some more, professional level of pitching and see how he adjusts to this year. So another one of those kids where it's like, pay attention this year to him if you're one of these Phillies prospect kids. Because the scouts think highly of him.
One of those 10, he was one of 10 international signings that the Phillies made last year. I know in the chat you guys are having fun with finding out and trying to name some famous Escobars. There have been, but the last name gets me because it makes me think big business, and it makes me think this guy could be intimidating and do some things. Now, what also might help you guys, here's the fun fact for our Aroon Escobar. He is the cousin of a current, pretty good baseball player, MVP. To say the least. The MVP, Ronald Acuña Jr. and Escobar are allegedly cousins. I don't know, first cousin, second cousin, couldn't do the 23andMe or whatever the thing is. Didn't have a chance to go down the family tree to figure out the details of how they're related. But allegedly, I know we heard it from Jim Salisbury. We heard it from Sal Agostinelli. Alex Coffey talked about it. So it seems real. It's not fake news. But allegedly, somewhere in the bloodline, Mr. Aroon Escobar is also cousins with Ronald Acuña Jr.
Well, that makes me have no option here to get irrationally excited about this kid and expect him to be the next NL MVP in like 7 years.
That's what we got.
He's got the bloodline. I told you, I'm a bloodline sucker.
And by the way, guys, it's not just Ronald Acuña that is in his family.
Another cousin.
2 Escobars, by the way. Alcidis Escobar. Who is still playing, to my knowledge. Maybe he may have retired, but I believe he may be still playing. Made his debut with the Brewers, won a World Series with the Royals in 2015. And Kelvim Escobar, who pitched for 12 years, started with the Blue Jays in 1997, pitched with the Angels all the way up until 2019, won 101 games. So it's the
bloodline is there.
It's a pretty darn good family, baseball family.
Because the thing is, we've got no information on him as a baseball player outside of his stats in the DSL, but we've got his family bloodline.
Yeah, that's enough for me.
That's what he's leading with. I feel like the reports are leading with, guys, doesn't matter, second baseman, third baseman, doesn't matter. He's got some very important cousins that he has.
Good enough for me.
Could have the same genetics. It runs in the family. So there you go, guys. Our prospect for today, down on the farm, none other than Aroon Escobar, also known as Aroon Escobar from Caracas, Venezuela, with some very famous baseball players as cousins. I'm gonna just say first cousins. Let's just keep it there.